Welcome to The Root of It. I'm your host, Rob Sharkey. Telling the story of agriculture is challenging at times because people in agriculture aren't necessarily the most easy to open up. What helps with that? Well, a bubbly personality. Today we're going to talk with Michelle Martin from McAllen, Texas. How's that for an introduction?
That is a great introduction, but it really depends on what day it is, if I'm bubbly or not.
Yeah, I actually I'm yet to see the bubbly side of you.
I highly doubt that.
First of all, where is McAllen in Texas?
So McAllen is at the most southern tip of Texas. You can't get any further south unless you want to go to Mexico.
Can you see the wall?
I can actually farm along the wall. I have friends that do.
Yeah, so if you got in your car, how long would it take to get to Mexico?
Like from my house or from the farm?
What's closer?
The farm would be closer.
But the farm's by the wall.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I could throw a rock.
Is it Trump's wall or the old wall?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I told you we weren't getting into politics, and here we
Oh,
are
that's
talking
all right.
about
Well,
the
no,
wall.
I'm
I'm kidding. So basically, the wall was there, right? Trump's wall.
Yeah.
And then when the Biden administration came in,
Yeah.
what they did is they kind of stopped all the contractors and stopped production on the tall wall and started finishing it with a very small wall, and then it just stopped.
Like
fully.
one you could just hop over.
It looks like a fence.
Okay.
And if people follow me on Instagram, I'm pretty good about showing what it looks like.
All right, we'll leave that there.
That's fine.
So you are involved in agriculture, I guess with more of the media side. You've got the AgMag, you got Ag on Wheels, which we're going to get into, and then a marketing company. But how initially did you get involved in agriculture?
Well, that's a funny story. So I actually went to A&M, and I wanted to be a marine biologist.
That's a college?
It is.
Huh.
I call myself a 2%er, though. All the A&M people are not going to like me for that. But
I don't get that.
So, A&M is very big on tradition and all the things that come with it. And I was not that person. I was just there surviving, if you know what I mean. I was just...
So you're not smart?
It depends on what day it is. I can be. But long story short, failed a couple classes my first year and decided marine biology wasn't for me. Yeah. And basically got ag leadership and development, or marketing, so I like to say. And had a couple marketing jobs, was working actually at a private school. And prior to that, I had worked at a citrus company and had my feet wet in agriculture.
Yeah.
But went to the private school after 3 years. I had done everything I needed to do and just prayed to God, get me out of here. I'm done. And that's when the idea for the magazine popped in my head.
An agriculture magazine.
Yep.
Yes.
No background on how to do a magazine. No real background on agriculture.
Like what year was that? Ish?
Okay, now you're going to make me feel old.
Well.
Probably like 2013, 2014.
Okay. So magazines were maybe at that point kind of diminishing a little?
Everyone says that. Everyone says print is dying.
Yeah.
But if you look at the world of farming, it's a lot of the older generation. The younger generation's kind of struggling to migrate into running a farm. And so the magazine was pretty stabilized because that older generation wants something tangible. They're not really tech savvy.
I remember it was, probably around the 2020 time. I put out a survey on just like social media of like where farmers get their information. I couldn't believe magazines was the top. I could not believe, I was so stunned that it was like over social media, legacy media. It was magazines.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here you are, just
here I am. I wouldn't say rocking and rolling, but I'm here.
So, to put out a magazine is one thing, to make it profitable. So you had to sell ads and all that?
Oh, yes. So whenever I first had that idea, I had called, he was not my husband at the time. We were just newly engaged. But I had called him and I said, I'm starting this. I have $200 in my bank account and I just quit my job. We got to make it work. So he kind of was not the happiest person, but he has been my biggest cheerleader. He believed in it. And so I made a mock magazine. So I just pulled some articles off Google, contacted my graphic designer that I had once worked with at the citrus company. He was on board. We made a fake magazine, and my husband drove me around to all the local ag businesses, and I went to probably over 50 locations and had 4 people say yes to advertise.
Really? Okay, and that was enough to start.
That was enough to start. And so it was a 24-page magazine, my very first one.
Mm-hmm.
And by the second one, I was already up to 54 pages and had quadrupled my advertising.
Yeah, it's a good magazine. You wrote an article about me once, but didn't mention me.
Oh, I highly doubt that.
You wrote an article about ag podcaster, but you never mentioned my name.
Well, you see, I wasn't smart that day, so.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
It's okay.
Of course, I had to bring that.
Well, we're not all perfect, okay, Rob? We're not all like you.
It really is a good magazine. I mean,
Thank
I'm
you.
not just saying that because, some of these ones that come out, it's just, I don't know. It's 10 pages and 8 of them are advertising, and it's basically just a couple articles. But no, yours is really good.
Yeah, thanks for saying that. So I always focused on saying people don't want to read a magazine full of advertisements.
Mm-hmm.
We see advertising everywhere.
Yeah.
And so my goal was to keep it 60% editorial and 40% advertising.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it's working.
I hope.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
and I
still
love
here.
it, too, because it highlights Texas, right? I mean, there's so many times that we get caught up in the I-states and other places, and it's like there's so much. I mean, everything from citrus to you name it, and so many people don't even know what some of those crops are. So it's neat to kind of have a perspective and highlight Texas.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of times, especially when I tell people, well, I can't talk this morning, you see? It's your
It
fault,
happens,
Rob.
yeah.
So whenever people think of my area, what they think of is Mexico and
Yeah.
all the things that come with that. And really, we're so diverse in ag there. We're
Incredibly diverse.
Yes, over 70 varieties of vegetables, citrus, and your row crops. But we're year-round down there, and a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah. When did we do your podcast? That was a long time ago.
Oh, my goodness. Probably 2015,
Yeah.
2016.
Didn't really know you that well, and you opened up about your mom and that. You still glad you did that?
Yeah, I'm an open book. I'm not a type of person, as you very well know, now that we have known each other for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
What you see is what you get. And I think it's important to be vulnerable and to share your story because a lot of times people can come up with their own conclusions about you without knowing the back end of the story. And so...
Well, go ahead and talk about your mom and just kind of give people that hadn't listened to it.
Sure. So I was raised, obviously, in McAllen, Texas, and my mother was a restaurant owner of a very successful restaurant. And single mom. I did have quite a few stepfathers, so it was a revolving door, but my mom was always the constant, but she was always working. And her restaurant was her life. And I remember being about 5 years old and being at a restaurant. I was working, really. Kind of child labor there, but
Yeah.
And long story short, when I was pregnant with my son, she passed away. She basically took her own life due to alcohol because she had lost her restaurant my sophomore year at A&M. And she had called me, I remember it was 2006, and said, I've lost the restaurant. You can either stay there, but you're going to pay for everything, or you can come home. And I decided to stay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, us in agriculture sometimes get caught up in if you lose the farm, and that's, when you hear of it being too much and people taking their own lives. I mean, it's anything. I'm sure what I feel about my farm, your mom felt about that restaurant.
Oh, yes. It was her life. A lot of times, and I know it's not true, but I would always say that was her first baby, and I can sense that with what I do and everything that I've done over the last 11 years. And my job is my baby. But long story short, her life went into chaos as soon as that restaurant closed. So it was a rough go. And I mean, obviously losing her too while I was pregnant was even harder. But at the same time, it is what it is. And I was an only child, and I have no real living family left, so she was it.
Yeah. Okay, so remind me again where you met your husband.
I met him at A&M after college, after graduation, actually.
Okay.
My best friend was dating his best friend.
My best friend was okay. That's
Yeah.
that's allowed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's allowed.
But this is after your mother, right?
No. So
Okay.
I graduated in 2009 from A&M.
Okay.
It's supposed to be 2008, but I took a victory lap because I paid for it myself, so why not?
You're not the only one. All right. So, yeah, no shame there.
Yeah, no shame in my game. I promise you that. But so I met him in 2009 at Buffalo Wild Wings. My friend had invited me to go to dinner with them and said, "This is who we want you to meet."
Were they setting you up?
They were.
Yeah.
They were. And I
Okay.
was freshly out of just broken up with a previous relationship.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that seems to work. Yes.
Yeah, it worked.
I wish, today's day and age, everything has to be online, but the old setup still works.
It did. And,
Yeah.
he was very shy, and I obviously am not. So
No.
I actually told him the first night I met him, I said, "I don't like this guy." I told my friend, "He's not my type. I don't like him." But then we started to talk, and 1 hour turned into like 4 at the restaurant. And by the end of the night, I said, "You give me your number because I can tell you're too shy." And so he gave me his number, and I said, "I'm going to kiss you first." And so I made the first move, and then I waited about 3 or 4 days?
3 days, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
you already
did.
kissed him, so he didn't care.
No, he did.
Okay.
He did.
Just
He'll
thought-
tell you he didn't.
Thought
but
of
he
a
did.
joke, and then I'm like, probably not.
Rob, you can't win.
How many years you been married?
Oh, I'm not the type.
It wasn't a trick question.
Everyone asks
More
me
than
this.
5?
Yes. No, we're 11.
11
We
years.
married in 2013, so 12.
I'm not going to do math.
I forget our anniversary all the time.
When is it?
April 27th.
This is fun.
April 27th.
When's his birthday? What's his bank
Okay.
number?
I forgot his birthday 3 years in a row, but this year I am flying home only to fly back 2 days later for his 40th birthday, August 1st.
He's dreamy, though. He's a good-looking dude.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Are you threatened now?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Are you doing a surprise party for his birthday?
Oh, I don't plan parties. I go to parties. So, no, I am yet to do anything. Thanks, Emily.
Well, don't go to Buffalo Wild Wings again. That
Oh,
place is
that's a great
awful.
idea.
No.
I should.
Uh,
That is a wonderful idea.
I got sick there like 4 years ago, and I still can't. I can't even look at one.
I really wanted to surprise him with a trip to the Bahamas or
Okay.
something like that.
Well, you live on the border. Just, walk south for a half hour.
Yeah, I mean, we go to Padre every summer. Can't you tell by my tan mom look here? But
Yeah.
it's different.
You're into fishing, too.
I love to fish. I am ultimately a beach girl. My first love has always been the ocean.
Okay.
There's no denying that.
What are you catching?
All kinds of things. So where I live in I say I live in South Padre Island. It's about an hour 15 from
Close
my house
enough,
in McAllen.
yeah.
But in the summer, I do live there. And we catch everything from the bayside, redfish, trout, flounder. Yes.
In saltwater?
Yes.
I don't know fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I used to compete offshore, we'd catch mahi-mahi.
You used to compete.
I did, on an all-women's team.
Like you compete at fishing.
Yeah, we would go out for 3 days at a time and not see land.
Oh my gosh.
No air conditioning on the boat, just us in the open ocean.
Just a boat full of angry women.
Nah, we were happy. We were separated from you men. I'm kidding. We can't survive without y'all.
So you go and you buy some fish, and then you say you caught it, and you get a trophy.
Well, you go out and you see who can get the biggest one and win money. And you know what the funny thing is? I don't like to eat fish,
Oh.
but my family does. So I call myself the provider.
So are those competitions kind of like set up like bass tournaments, like on a larger scale, or?
Yes, they are on a larger scale. So,
Like the ocean.
yeah. I mean, those times you see people catch big, like swordfish or big blue
Yeah.
marlins,
Yeah.
and they have the big boats with the big reels and all that good stuff. Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Okay. But I've only gone offshore one time, right? Where we caught a blue marlin. But as soon as it gets up to the leader, right? They cut it.
Yeah.
But you guys brought them in.
No, we would actually cut the leader as well.
Well, then you could just lie.
No, you have to have video proof of doing it. You actually have to have video proof of you.
Video proof from 2 years ago.
I actually have some. Thank you.
Your hair was a lot longer then. All right, what were it? Focus. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're rocking and rolling with the magazine. When did that transition over to video?
So that would have been probably about my 6th year of running the magazine. I thought to myself, okay, well, the world is becoming a lot more visual at this time, and this was pre-COVID. But every edition, I always feature a agricultural family, rancher, or a business.
Yeah.
And so I said, hey, why don't we put a visual to that? And so that's kind of where the show came into play. And that's a whole story in its own because I ended up putting my family into $60,000 worth of debt.
And that's bad.
Well, I would think so, wouldn't you?
Or you should see the equipment I buy. Yeah.
I'm ADHD, so I'm a very impulsive person. I just go and hyper-focus and don't think of what, the back end stuff.
I mean, that's not an all bad trait.
it's
Because
a
you can. I mean,
sword.
once if you're hyper focusing on a good thing, you can really get things done.
I'm still here, aren't I? It
Yes,
may not
you
be
are.
good, but I'm still here.
I forgot what we were talking. Oh yeah, your video.
Yeah.
So but you did start.
I did start, and so I started off with a 3-man crew, and it was airing on our local ABC network. And basically, we'd go out, tell the farmer story, essentially what I do now, but the episodes were longer. They were 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it was a whole production. It wasn't just me vlogging. And I was the host and the owner. And then it just became so unaffordable. And my
It's
husband...
not a word.
I make up my own vocabulary all the time. Don't you know this? So it was not a way to live.
Yeah.
And my husband basically said, look, you've drained our savings. We have no money. I don't even know how we're going to pay the mortgage at this point. You need to stop. And I was like, no, I know God wants me to do this. I know it's going to work. We just need to kind of migrate and do it differently.
Yeah.
And that came with a lot of hurdles, a lot of tears. And there was a produce broker. His name is Will Steele. He owns Frontera Produce. And I met with him one time and was telling him my struggles. And he said, look, why don't you come work for me 2 days a week, do our marketing, do some videos for us, and I'll pay you monthly as a contractor, and we'll get you out of the debt that you created. And I did. And I did that for about 3 years with him. And after that, he kind of set me free and said, you're back on your feet. Go make it work.
Okay, this is not a fair question, but I don't care. Why didn't they make money? Because they were good. I've watched them. I do watch them. They were good.
I have no clue, Rob. I still ask myself that question every day. And even my YouTube now, it went from getting a lot of views and it just drops. I don't understand YouTube, but I'm just going to continue posting.
Do you think you're too niche?
No, because I do a lot of specialty ag. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been to almost every state filming something completely different than your row crop. So in fact,
Yeah.
I'm going to go do oyster farming here soon. So I don't know. COVID kind of, it helped in a sense and it didn't help in a sense. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a great question.
You were going to go into marine biology or whatever. I mean, did you ever do any media training, any media education?
So right out of college, I worked at our local ABC channel as an assistant producer for the news station.
Okay.
I basically ran the teleprompter.
Did you ever step in for the weather girl when she was sick?
I did not. They actually told me that I did not have the look or the voice to be on TV. So they put me in the back running the teleprompter. That's what I did.
Who'd you piss off?
That's a lot of people, probably.
I mean,
I'm very unfiltered, so there's no telling.
you should see some of the people they got on our local news. Yeah. Well, that's really something.
But the hours were so erratic, too. Right out of college, a young 20-year-old, here I am going to work at noon and not getting out till midnight, and I was only getting paid $7.25 an hour.
Oh.
It was not for me.
So you have delved into documentaries. Documentaries?
It's not a word, Rob.
It's okay. I kind of deserve that one, didn't I? Yeah. Tell me about that.
So, once I got back on my feet with the show, which it has been doing very well now, the views may not be there. Essentially, I mean, I have enough views to be great. And there's just so many forms of social media.
Oh,
so the
yeah.
views are there, just maybe not so much on YouTube like they once were. But that's where Acres TV comes into play.
There you
They
go.
helped me out so
Ding.
much. Ding. Yes. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not traveling all the time. And when I'm at home, I've taken the liberty of showing all of our ag for so long, it's going to become redundant. So what should I do? Well, where I live, we face a major issue, and that's water.
Mhm.
And growing so many vegetables, they need water.
They like water. Yeah.
And living so close to the Rio Grande Valley, everyone thinks that labor and water is just at our dispense. We can just have it whenever we want. And that is not the case.
You can't pump out of the river?
We cannot pump out of the river. So Mexico actually controlled our flow. There's a treaty of 1944. And it's called the Water Treaty of 1944. And once I started, going and talking to these farmers more and seeing the struggle, I said, you know what? I have the platforms. I'm going to do a documentary and help you guys out. And I'm going to get down to the nitty gritty and really, really talk about this issue. We had the only sugar mill in Texas for sugarcane where I live, and it closed down. One of the main reasons being the water issue. There wasn't enough water.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
And in my area, we supply over 70% of fruits and vegetables to the state of Texas. Granted, they go elsewhere in the United States.
Yeah.
But for Texas, we supply 70%.
A lot of people live in Texas.
A lot. It's a big state.
Yeah. Okay. So, did you do this just for you, or did somebody hire you to do the?
No, I've taken it upon myself. I'm pretty much self-funding it. I had a couple close friends that own agricultural businesses that sponsored me, and we're almost done with it. And my plan was to release it last year, but doing a documentary is so different.
TV people.
It's so different.
Your timeline is never.
No.
You might as well be programming video games because your timeline never pans out.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
this is something where I can't just be silly, goofy me. It's actually a very serious topic and very political.
That's okay. Let me stop you there because I hadn't thought, because your show is you high energy.
Yeah.
And, you're kind of messing around with the people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can't do that here. Was that
No.
challenging?
It's extremely challenging. I still have 2 more interviews to do, but I've interviewed like our ag commissioner, our Texas ag commissioner, some congresswomen and men, and so for me that is a challenge because I am playful naturally and sarcastic, and so to kind of migrate to the serious side.
Have you practiced your serious look?
Nope. I am who I am, and I warn them.
That's pretty good.
Do I look engaged?
Well, no. You got to have it down
Oh,
lower.
okay.
Yeah. And the slight nodding like that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you really care.
But I do care because, ag is really starting to dwindle down in my area, and it's all due to that water. But another challenge is it's always changing. Mexico said they're going to give us water now. And so it's like right when you think you're finished with the documentary, something changes dramatically.
And now, and I'm not getting political, but you honestly, you never know what's going to happen
Yeah.
with Trump. You're going to release this thing in the next days, and like, we're going to go to war with Mexico. It's just something. It's going to
Hey, that
completely
was a
throw
good-
you out.
That was a good impression.
Yeah, I do a little on the side.
Yeah, you should dress up as him for Halloween.
Okay. So is this something that you want to do more of in the future? The more serious stuff?
I think it's given me a good practice, and if the opportunity arises, I'm open to it. Otherwise, I like just kind of with my marketing company, with companies hiring me and telling me where to go and who to film and what to do, and just to be myself. And I think that's kind of what attracts companies to me is I'm very unique. I'm not like everyone else.
In general, marketing people are really lazy, and now you're one of them.
Yeah, I guess so. That's why I live at the beach during the summer. Just sit there and fish all day.
Well, not to label you, but you went from being a content creator because a lot of times marketing people will call content creators like, hey, we got a company that wants to work with you. Give us like 4 good ideas and we'll take it to them. They basically want the creator to come up because they can't do stuff themselves. But now, are you cutting out the middleman?
Pretty much. Yeah, I cut out the middleman. I don't like to deal with the middleman, and that's why I don't really have a huge team working for me, is because I like to be hands on deck, and it's a challenge because I'm not Superwoman. I can't do it all.
Yeah.
But I do like to deal directly with the person I'm working with. I want them to get to know me. I want to know them, build that relationship, and they end up becoming my friends.
And you're not one of the big boy media companies, right?
Yeah.
That has video people, camera people on staff, right? That you can give benefits to and a salary to. Do you find it difficult to, find a crew when you need one?
Not really. I've had my video guy who has been with me since day one, and he was well aware of the challenges that we were going to face, and he was okay with it. And so he's really helped me build that aspect. And then as far as my graphic designer, he knows what he signed up for. They all know. They're all A-okay with it. But it's basically just us three.
Yeah.
And my husband, he helps too, to crack the whip and keep me in line.
It's like my wife. She reminds me how much money I'm spending.
Yeah, your wife's great. I don't know how you'd survive without her.
I would do just fine.
I don't know about that.
There's pizza up at Casey's and energy drinks. Yeah, I'd be fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd be broke.
But how would you have money to
I
pay
would-
for those?
There's always panhandling, yeah.
Yeah, there is. And you bring up a good point. I want to say this, Rob, is that a lot of times these ag influencers or influencers in general, these companies ask them, okay, promote our product. And for me, it becomes very redundant. And so you keep looking at the time. Am I talking too much?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep going.
No,
But I'm just
Why are you
kidding.
calling me mad? The camera was on you. Now, no one would have ever known I looked at my...
See, I'm just kidding.
You were saying?
So I just like to do it differently, and I like to do it kind of in a subliminal way. And so I think that's kind of what sets me apart is, we can, let's say, for example, the Texas Department of Agriculture or Syngenta has hired me before, and they'll say, okay, go out to a grower. We want you to cover this product. So I'll go out there, but I'm going to tell the farmer's story. I'm going to tell the heartfelt stuff, the challenges, and then we'll kind of go into, hey, this is a really good crop. What did you do differently? I've seen so much corn over all my travels. And then they'll be like, oh, well, I use this product. And so it's a different type of marketing where people are being made aware, but it's not in your face.
Yeah.
And so I think that's very unique.
Guerrilla marketing in a way. Maybe.
Or the Michelle way. I don't know.
Huh.
Oh, there we go again. Okay.
I was just checking.
Oh.
Yeah. It is frustrating sometimes when, you have a company that wants you to interview a farmer. It's like, we want you to get, like that he's a farmer and he's established or whatever. And then you do it. And then they're like, oh, you didn't show our product enough. I'm like, we showed it plenty,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sometimes it's an education of the company to say, hey, we can't be a total commercial because people just tune out.
Exactly. And I think it's just knowing who your audience is. Sure, we all might be in an ag, group, and ag is big, but yet it's very small.
Mm-hmm.
But we all have different followers, and they all follow us for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
One may be because I'm crazy and they want to know what I'm going to do next.
Yeah.
Or
like watching a train wreck in progress.
You know what?
Yeah.
That I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight you on that one. I am a train wreck.
Yeah.
You know what they call me? Actually, I call myself, and everyone agrees.
Oh.
Texas Tornado.
Oh.
Or the Texas Catalyst. I'm either going to improve your life and help you grow, or I'm going to mess it up. It's one of the two.
You're like a muse from hell.
Yeah, maybe. Heaven on some days.
Okay. How many times you been here to the Ag PhD field days? This your second year?
This is my second year.
Yeah. It's quite a show, isn't it?
I love it. It's so much fun. And there's
it's
so
one
much.
day.
Yeah, there's so much going on, too.
Yeah, this year they brought in a bunch of influencers. So
Yeah.
that'll be interesting to see how that goes. Oh, you're speaking on some panels?
I think so.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the host tomorrow.
I honestly, Emily, what are we talking about?
I think something about joy, how to find joy in farming.
They asked you and I to be on a panel to find joy in farming.
They did.
You're going to have a talk with Alex, aren't we?
I think that putting us two together is probably one of the smartest things they could have done.
Well, there's other people on there, right?
Yes, there is.
Oh, the Peterson brother, Greg.
Yes.
He likes to sing.
Yeah.
That maybe we'll just let him sing the whole time.
Oh, maybe we should come up with a song together, just like free flow it.
Or maybe just let him sing the whole time.
My name is Michelle. Rob says I come from hell.
Or maybe just let him sing the whole time.
Yeah, maybe.
If people want to find you, social media, websites, all that stuff, where do they go?
So AgMag _STX.
Southern Texas.
South Texas, but sure.
Fine.
Good job. Be precise. Right? Yeah, so AgMag _STX, or you can type in Ag on Wheels, or type in Michelle Martin, Texas, and I'm sure something will pop up.
Okay. Do you ever get called Michelle Miller? Do they always mix you up?
They used to back in the day. That's the Food Babe, right? Or not the Food Babe. What is Farm Babe?
Yeah.
The Farm Babe. Yes. Back in the past, but not in the last couple of years.
Because of people that did it met an accident? No. Don't you ever call me the wrong name again?
No. I was like, no, that's not me. This happens all the time. I'm very nice. I can be. Just not to you.
Michelle Martin from South Texas. Michelle, it's always a pleasure to talk with you. Thank you for what you do for agriculture, because it's hard to stay positive a lot of times. There's a lot of bad news out there in agriculture, especially going into this downtime, right? It's easy to be negative. It's hard to be positive, but you always come out with a positive message. It's a lot of fun. You do a great job at having people tell their own story, and that's an art that is not that easy to do, and you have mastered it.
Thanks, Rob. That was the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
It hurt just a little bit.
Oh, hurt so good.
Maybe we'll let Greg. Michelle, thank you very much. Everybody else, we'll catch you next time.